This is a very short video about using and setting line manager approval codes. There will be certain areas in the system that will prevent a user from completing an action unless a line manager approval code is entered, and on this example it's within a purchase order. The user then has the option to say yes, they're going to enter a line manager approval code, or no, go back to what they were doing. They select to enter the line manager code, a dialog box will appear for the code to be entered. Now this will allow the line manager to either physically enter the code or tell the user what code to enter. And if the user is told the code, then the line manager can easily change their code in their user preferences so that the code given can't be used again. The line manager approval code is set on the general details screen, and you have the facility to do this in your own system preferences, or your system administrator can set it up for you by going to the user's system settings. By default, the line manager approval code will be hidden, but you can show it by clicking the show password button and similarly hide it by clicking the hide button. Once that's been entered, click the OK button and then your new code will be saved. So that was a very basic introduction to setting up the line manager approval code. Now we're going to look at using that in a live situation on the system. Okay, so let's look at the line manager approval code in a live situation. So I've just entered a purchase order and I go to click issue purchase order. The system tells me that the order value is greater than the £350 that I'm allowed to issue. So I can either enter a line manager approval code or go back to the purchase order. If I go back to the purchase order, let's go back and then I can save only. I issue it again, and this time I'll say enter the line manager approval code. Again, if I don't have that, I can click cancel and I go back to the purchase order. So we then go and enter the line manager code. Now if we enter a wrong code, so if I put PE002, it'll tell me it's an incorrect code and I can't continue. So if we enter in a correct code, so Pauline's told me her code is PE001, so PE001. Okay, it's now telling me that no data required for this purchase order, but I say okay, that's just fine, continue. So I then go on, I've issued the purchase order and I can print it, form a PDF or form a PDF and email. So I'll just click cancel to get out of that, and I don't want a production copy. So that's the purchase order issued. Now if I just go back and view that purchase order, you will see that the system automatically makes a note in the progress log that a line manager code has been allowed to process that purchase order, and it tells me whose line manager code was used and the date and the time. So we've got a complete audit of the codes when they've been used. Now, if Pauline wanted to change her line manager approval code because she's told Barry what it is, she would basically go to the My Specific Settings and Information, change user preferences, and there she would see her line manager code. Now obviously I'm set to Barry Jones here, and if I just click show password, obviously Barry's is BJ456. I can hide the password from there. So if Pauline can't quite get to the system to change her code or anything, she could say to the administrator, can you change my code please? The administrator will go to the system settings, employee and user settings and access. Call up Pauline's record. Go to the menu access tab, and there we can see the line manager approval code. I just want to confirm what it was, click show password. I can then say, okay, we're going to change it to PE003. I can either hide the password, show it doesn't matter, then just click save and finished. and that will now be saved to be used when required. And that's all there is to using and setting up the line manager approval codes. So thanks for taking the time to look at this short video, and hopefully it will have helped with this area of Contract Controller. If you need more assistance with using Contract Controller or would like more information, please do get in touch.